Tell people how it began, what happened with you. And again, don't get too, and you're in Pasadena, they know that, but I don't want you getting too specific about where your home is or whatever. So however you can do that without, generalities. Cause again, we get a couple trolls in here coming from Twitter that are just lunatic Trumpers. And I don't, and this isn't about politics. This is about human lives. And so I don't want you to give away personal information that, about where you live or anything like that. So just tell people what you've seen, what happened.
Sure can. And again, it's been, we're all in this together kind of mentality, depending, no matter what side of politics you may be on. But
You're right.
there's been a real great collective conscience in finding better and getting through this event. Essentially, on Tuesday, we knew the winds were coming. There was a locally near where we are, not again giving addresses in Pasadena, Altadena. One guy who is a weather bug said this could be it. This is like a real 3 days before. He said, be prepared. I tend to be, low key about when I say, hey, you guys may have to evacuate. And then it all really materialized within about 10 to 15 minutes. It was really scary. I can send you some pictures, but it started about 2 miles away from where we were at Eaton Canyon National Park.
Okay.
And it went up. It was just after dark. My 12-year-old.
2 miles away. Jeez. Go ahead.
Yeah, 2 miles away. We are used to fires up higher in the mountain, but this was very close. And with the winds that were like going between 50, 60 miles an hour, this was a perfect storm. It's very rare. We've had the driest winter for our rainy season since 1964. Coupled with the windstorm, again, the spark went up, and my neighbor, luckily, this guy Chris, knocked on the door and said, "Hey, this is serious. Come check it out. I think we're going to have to all go." My 12-year-old begged us. We were going to go out to like a sports bar just to chill and wait out the windstorm. He said, "We have to get the F out of here. Like, let's get in the car now." So, lo and behold, I'm getting in the car, and the other side, my wife Casey and my son Ethan are going to pack and go out in a few minutes. But I jumped in the car. It was like something out of a zombie apocalypse where you've got rocks and wind and smoke and everyone trying to get onto this main area of Altadena Drive. And luckily it wasn't too far to the highway, but you're
right
trying to get slalom past, down trees, not as many down power lines. And in back, you can see like the smoke just going up. So we just drove right to my folks, and there's stuff in the highway. It was literally you're cast in a zombie apocalypse or disaster movie, and you have no choice but to react to it.
Eli's going to write a movie about this, isn't he?
Yes, yeah. Hopefully, I'll have to have my head chopped off again.
So if you guys don't know, Adam's brother is horror director Eli Roth. So if you've seen any of the and writer, if you've seen any of the Hostel movies, if you saw Cabin Fever, where Adam was in the movie and his head turned into a bowling ball, which was kind of that was my favorite Adam, a shaved head, his head as a chopped off bowling ball. And Eli, I think in an image people use often, I don't think know that it's Eli, the Jew Bear from he played that role in Inglourious Bastards where he beat the guy in the head with the baseball bat. But the guy was a Nazi, and I think we can all agree that Nazis deserve baseball bats. Not that I'm advocating violence, anybody. Not that I'm advocating violence. Okay,
so it's Ted Williams special, right?
Yes. So that's, Adam, I'll just say again, I think I say it earlier, like talented, incredible family. Your brother Gabe is a movie producer, you've been an author and a stand-up and an actor, and your mom does art showings at galleries. As I said, the Roths are like the most talented family ever created. And I used to hang out. Adam was one of my best friends, but we'd hang out with his brothers Gabe and Eli when we were all a bunch of dumb 20-somethings in New York. And I met Adam because of my first foray into politics, or one of them. I worked on the Clinton campaign polling operation in 1996, just out of college. And Adam was just working there by day so that he could do acting gigs at night. And of course, what we all ended up seeing were the disgusting behaviors, the various mistresses and other things of allegedly. Why don't we throw that out there so they don't sue us? Of
Allegedly
of
bathroom activities with paraphernalia, from what we could
yeah,
see from other
of
colleagues, which was
one-time
very interesting.
Democratic pollsters, but of course, complete turncoats: Mark Penn, Doug Schoen, and Dick Morris. All wonderful people if you follow this world. But I'll take it away from politics again. I don't want to go into politics. I want to talk human stories. It's just funny that we met that way. Before
Cliff, we should definitely do it. Like you were talking about this, like we may be due for a tell-all book too at some point on that. Now it's kind of that's an interesting, just
on
gonna throw
Penn,
that out
Schoen,
there.
and Dick
Just
Morris. I'm ready to write it when you are. I mean,
we
that
could
place
be sort of like a broken down Woodward and Bernstein version of that, like the
broken
poor
down.
man's
We're like,
Woodward and Bernstein
yeah,
of
we'll be like,
Mistress Gabe.
hi, we're 50 something with 50 somethings with aches in our back. We can't meet in those like dark parking lots because we need to wear glasses. We can't see that well. But
Absolutely right, exactly. Yeah, we need hearing aids, and
that's our
we have to
movie.
take our Advil before standing in the parking lot.
That's right. We're middle aged. Woodward and Bernstein. But the advantage of that is maybe we'll never sell out like Woodward did. So he could hold
Thank
terrible
you.
stories until his books would come out later so that we didn't know. Okay. Again, I'm delving into politics again. I don't want to. So what I'm going to do is we'll write that book, but let's get back to this. So your friends told you, your friend told you, I mean, that these embers are landing. You said to me, did one land like within 30 or 40 feet of your house? Did you say that?
Yeah, yeah. So here's what was going on. Like when we left, you don't know if your house, because you're just trying to get information. You don't know if your house is going to like make it or not, or what the status is. And we found out just from some pictures that one, there were rows of houses that did not make it 2 to 3 blocks south of us.
Jeez.
McDonald's that we used to go to every week did not make it, and literally,
Don't go to
we also
McDonald's too
found
often, though. I feel bad for the workers there, by the way. But
I as well. But this is like our small sleepy neighborhood. For us, we're amongst the lucky ones. We're essentially our house was a lot like if you can think about like going full speed at the Grand Canyon in a sports car and slamming on the brakes. We made it to just the precipice. 80 feet away, our neighbor's house 3 doors down did not make it. It was burned from the
Jesus
inside.
Christ.
The embers on Wednesday morning got 2 doors down. Our other neighbors, Chris and Jennifer, their shed caught fire, which might have contributed to the neighbors 3 doors down. Our next door neighbor, the fence went up, and it wasn't for the Johnny on the spot brave fire crews that were flagged down. They put it out in time, and I probably would be, again, reporting on much different circumstances because 20 feet away was the point where the damage stopped.
My God. I mean, I mean, honestly, my God, I think about that. Like, I think about something like that landing 20 feet from my house.
Yeah, and
And,
Cliff,
go ahead.
I was going to say about 6 hours before the event, I wound up like hosing the backyard and the planter. Just they always tell you, make sure you water down the roof, you water down the walls. And I had managed to put in about 10 minutes worth of water. So maybe, given there were some burning sticks that, landed in my driveway subsequently, keeping water on it for a few days may have also helped contribute to the house standing.